At 6 a.m. on a Monday morning, the Ballyshannon swimming pool in County Donegal, Ireland, isn't open to the public yet. But rising star of the sport, Mona Mcsharry, and her coach have their own set of keys to let themselves in. Early starts are part and parcel of the routine for the Irish Olympic hopeful.
I probably started the early mornings like 2 or 3 years ago and kind of built it up so it gets earlier and earlier. Like I used to get up at like 6:30, which felt really early, and then you bring it back, and now some of the mornings I get up at like 4:30 or 5 o'clock, which seems really early, but once you go to bed at a good time, it's actually okay. I'm kind of used to it now, and I enjoy getting it out of the way in the morning. I don't mind training because the pool is all to myself, which is nice.
18-year-old Mona specialises in the breaststroke, and she already has numerous Irish swimming records to her name.
When I was younger, before I knew how to swim, when I was about 5, I went on holidays to Austria, and I didn't nearly drown, but I fell into the water, and my dad had to fish me out of the water. So I guess from there onwards, my parents were like, okay, it's time to, teach her how to swim. So I started going to classes and stuff, and then kind of fell in love with it. I've always been around the sea, like I live right beside the beach and stuff, so I've always been in the water, and then I started learning how to swim when I was 5.
Mona proved a natural at the sport and progressed rapidly up the ranks. In 2017, she went to the European Junior Championships in Israel, full of confidence.
At the start of 2017, me and my coach set out a goal to, go to Europeans, because it was going to be my last year, and go as fast as I could. And I'd gotten 2 seconds the year before, so I was hoping to be high enough up, but I knew the competition was going to be tough. So we trained for that year really hard, and because it was transition year in school, I didn't have a lot of studies to do, so I could really focus on swimming, and that really helped. And then I guess on the build up to it, I just got really fast and really powerful, and it just worked to my advantage, and I did really well at Europeans, and it was actually amazing that I could do so well and get the 2 golds and the silver. And then I guess that brought a lot of momentum into the World Juniors, but still, again, I really wasn't expecting to do as well as I did there either. 2017 was an amazing summer for me, an amazing end to an amazing year, really.
A month after the Junior Europeans, Mona travelled to the United States for the Junior World Championships. There, she struck gold in the 100 metres breaststroke and bronze in the 50 metres.
I guess we sat down after Europeans, and after doing so well there, we expected that I would make the finals, and really the goals were to get into the finals, and then from there I had done everything that I'd set out to do, and to just go in and race it and see where I came. Going into the race, going in second, it was really nerve-wracking, but I was kind of like, I was ready for it, I was driven, and I guess it all paid off. Like, it was one of the happiest moments of my life, I think, to this date, definitely in the sport, I would say.
Having won almost everything on offer during her junior career, Mona moved up to the senior ranks last year. The teenager found the switch tough.
It was one of the roughest years, I'd say, that I had, especially coming off the back of such a great year, and then having to compete at a different level, which is really hard. Like, juniors and seniors is such a big jump, but because you do it in 1 year, you feel like, okay, I was at the top at juniors, I should be doing really well at seniors, but it's not like that, and I really struggled kind of getting that sort of mind frame. So it really played with me in 2018, and I had a couple of tough races, and it didn't really work out for me at Europeans, which was really upsetting. But then I came back kind of to try and do better this year, which is what I'm hopefully going to do building into the Olympic year as well.
2018 did end on a high note for Mona, as she won 6 golds at the Irish Nationals. Next month, the World Championships take place, but Mona won't be there after she missed the Irish trials due to illness.
Off the back of Nationals, I was really excited to go into the long course season, because I felt so good and at short course, and I was really ready to see how I could compete long course, because I hadn't swam since the Youth Olympics. And I guess then kind of a couple of weeks into training in January, Didn't feel right, kind of felt very weak. A lot of people were kind of getting sick, so I got tonsillitis, and then found out I had glandular fever, which was pretty devastating. I had to take a good 6 weeks off training, which was agonizing because I love to train, like forget about everything else, but it was very boring. But it was really heartbreaking as well, because like I thought that maybe I could get better in time for trials, because I was hoping that I could do better this year than I did the year before. So when I finally came to terms with the fact that I wouldn't be competing at trials and I wouldn't be able to go to Worlds in the summer, it was really tough. But coming through it now, I kind of feel like it's a bit of a gift, because I can really concentrate on just training this year and building a really good base for next year without having to worry about competing or anything like that. So I'm kind of just easing back into training at the moment, and I'm probably not doing as much as I did back then, but slowly and surely we'll get there.
Her short-term plans may have changed, but Mona's long-term goal remains the same, and that's competing for Ireland at the 2020 Tokyo Olympics.
I am done school, Leaving Cert's over on the 20th of June, so I'll be taking next year off just to train, which I think is a good idea, because it'll be nice to have studies out of the way so I can just concentrate on swimming, and I'm probably just going to stay and train with Grace because I feel like we get on really well. Basically, we're just going to focus on European short course, which is in December, and train for that, and then after that I'll be basically just training until the trials and hoping to qualify for the 2020 Olympics. That's my main target now, because it is really close. It's a year away now, them trials.
Mona will be aiming to become the first Irish swimmer since Michelle Smith in 1996 to win an Olympic medal in the sport.
I remember at the age of 12, 11, 10 being asked, as a swimmer, you know, what would be the best thing for you to do? And okay, it's obviously go to the Olympics. Every sporting athlete at a young age wants to go to the Olympics, but as we come closer and closer, it would just be a dream come true to compete for my country in Tokyo.